Howdy. Hi. Hi. How's everybody doing? Back with my first League Two preview of the season. Now, the Grimsby preview will be coming up after Artel's had his pre-match press conference, but this video is going to be about basically match day 1 of League Two, and I'm going to basically pick out what I think the results are going to be for the opening weekend of League Two football. And I might change the Grimsby result in the pre-match. So if you're a Mariners fan, don't always take my result for gospel here, but every other result will be what I genuinely think. Like I said, with Grimsby, I might change my mind. So keep a lookout for my Grimsby versus Fleetwood preview. That comes after the pre-match with David Artel. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the overall first match day of the season in League Two and what I think is going to happen. I'm going to give you the scores, and then I want you guys to let me know what you think your scores will be for the opening weekend. So shall we get on with it? Yes. And here we go. It kicks off Friday night with Chesterfield hosting Swindon Town. Now, Chesterfield have just been promoted from the National League under Paul Cook. They're hosting Swindon, who have made some really good signings over the summer, to be fair, and I think this could be a tricky tie for Chesterfield to start the season with. But you know what? Being the first game in League Two to take place, I'm gonna go for a Chesterfield home win. I think Paddy Madden will get a brace in this, and I think I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win for Chesterfield over Swindon in the opening League Two fixture, and then we move on to the remainder of the games on Saturday. The first game on is AFC Wimbledon against Colchester United. AFC Wimbledon had a really strong start to last season under Johnny Jackson, and Colchester struggled last year for a majority of the season, to be fair. But this is the first full season for the Cowley brothers, and they've just made an absolute massive signing just today, Colchester United. So they're going to be very confident in this. This is a difficult game. The first rounds of games, they're always difficult to predict. And I'm going to go for a Colchester away win. I am. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Colchester win at Wimbledon. I think it's more than possible, and I'm going for Colchester to make the perfect start to their campaign with the 2-1 win at AFC Wimbledon. The next game is Walsall as they host Morecambe. Walsall have just been pleased to welcome back Danny Johnson to training. Morecambe with the 15 players they signed over the summer, and obviously Derek Adams back again at Morecambe for a third spell, I believe, and obviously with the 15 players that Morecambe did sign in one day. That's probably the most ridiculous day I've ever known a football club have in one day to make 15 signings. Obviously, a player that Walsall will be aware of against Morecambe would be Jan Songo, who used to be at Walsall a couple of seasons ago. He'll want to do a job over his former side. And Morecambe will want a good start to the season. However, knowing how strong that Walsall were last year in at home, and that is what helped Walsall get top half finish last year, I can only see this going one way, and that's for the Saddlers to pick up a 2-0 win, I believe, over Morecambe on the opening day. But obviously, it'll be, I think, a feisty battle at the Bescott, shall we call it. So I'm saying a 2-0 win for Walsall as they host Morecambe. Next game out is Tranmere Rovers as they host Notts County. Notts County will be hoping to do far better than the 14th place finish they finished last year after really starting so well last year, and obviously having a 20 plus goal season striker. Unfortunately, they will be starting the season off without Macaulay Langstaff. He was originally their club captain for the season, but once he got his move to Millwall, that honour moved on to Matty Palmer, who is, to be fair, for Notts County, he's a very, very solid player and very dependable player. And if they can keep Matty Palmer fit, he could be a big, a big plus for them. Obviously, having Jata, who they had last year, still got the experience of David McGoldrick in there. Tranmere Rovers have had kind of like a very sort of steady, not really busy transfer window so far. But obviously Nigel Atkins, having the experience that he's got, you can never rule out Tranmere under him. I do fancy Notts County to get an opening day win though against Tranmere Rovers, and I'm going to go for a this is a tough game to actually call, really. I'm going to go for Notts to win 2-0, I think, against Tranmere. But Tranmere have got a few good signings, so it's not beyond the realms. But I think Notts will just have enough to get past Tranmere. But 2-0 for me for Notts County over Tranmere Rovers. Next game on, Salford City. They host Port Vale. All these games of 3 o'clock kickoffs. Salford City, disappointing season for them last year. Nothing seemed to gel. They lost to Grimsby Town, my team, twice. Last year we did the double over Salford. Nothing seemed to gel for Salford last year. A very lowly finish. I think a lot of people feel like Salford are going to struggle again. They have made a couple of decent signings, solid signings, but a lot of people are saying they're going to struggle against really one of the promotion favourites, Port Vale. Obviously, Port Vale have Darren Moore in charge, and I like Darren Moore. I've got to say, I've got a lot of respect for Darren Moore, and he wasn't able to save Port Vale from the drop last year. He'll be hoping to do that this year, as in get them up this year, and they're obviously fancied in with the bookies and pretty much with everybody sort of following League Two. Salford is a tricky place to go to be fair, but I do see Port Vale coming out maybe comfortable winners for this. Really, I'm going to say a 3-1 win for Port Vale at Salford City. But if Salford can keep it tight, they might be able to, might be able to sneak some Port Vale. But I just think Port Vale have too much. They've signed really well over the summer, and I can't see Port Vale not getting that. So 3-1, in my opinion, for the Valiants against Salford City. The next game out is Milton Keynes Dons. They host Bradford City. Now, MK Dons, I've put to pretty much win the league this year. It's a difficult start against Bradford, but Bradford really need consistency, because if there's one thing Bradford haven't had the last couple of years, it's consistency. You know, you've got a goal scorer, obviously in Andy Cook still at Bradford, Billy Poynton, one of their most promising youngsters as well. Anthony Sarcevic has also gone to Bradford over the summer, and you're thinking, you know, on paper Bradford should really do something. I'm going to put this down actually as an opening day draw. I'm going to say MK Dons 1, Bradford City 1. Milton Keynes are obviously they're being named the franchise in this. I'm going to go 1-1 though. I think Andy Cook will score for Bradford, because if there's one thing for certain, you've got Bradford City, you've got Andy Cook. And I just feel like that could be an opening day draw between these two sides in League Two. So I'm saying Milton Keynes Dons 1, Bradford City 1. Likewise with the next game, Harrogate Town up against Bromley. Now I've basically, in my league prediction, I basically put these two right near the bottom of... in fact, I think I put these two to finish bottom and second bottom. Obviously, it could be the unknown, but obviously Harrogate know more about Bromley than most of these other teams do. Bromley, obviously managed by Andy Woodman. I have had a couple of Bromley fans going, weren't happy with my prediction. I just look at, again, it's just down to recruitment for me. I just don't see that, but they could have the unknown factor, which may work for them. But I think at home, Bromley are a tricky team. There's one thing I will give Andy Woodman: he has his Bromley sides organised, but so does Simon Weaver at Harrogate. You know, he's Harrogate is a very, very difficult place to go. And I think, you know, Bromley will want to start off well. Harrogate, again, I think it'll be a tough season for both. I am again going to go for another draw in this. I'm going to go Harrogate 0, Bromley 0 in this. I don't see many goals in it. If one doesn't, it'll probably only be by, you know, the odd goal. I'm saying 0-0 draw, but I think it will be tight, and it wouldn't surprise me if one or the other side nick it. But 0-0 for me in that one. Next up is, well, it's been nicknamed, I nickname it the Fish Derby. It's Fleetwood Town, the Cods of Fleetwood Town against the Haddocks of Grimsby Town. Like I said, this is difficult for me because Fleetwood have come down, and you know they're obviously managed by former Blackpool midfielder Charlie Adam. I know that Grimsby were linked a couple of seasons ago to Charlie Adam. That never came off in regards as a player, but obviously he took charge halfway through the season for Fleetwood. Weren't able to save Fleetwood from relegation last season. Grimsby under David Artell. I'll give an early prediction for this and what I think will happen. This is a tight one, really. Fleetwood are going to, I think, be slight favourites. I'm going to say Grimsby to slightly nick this. I'm going to be that. A 1-0 win for Grimsby, I think, because Fleetwood are well organised. I think it's going to be a very, very tough first fixture. I'd love us to get our first away win. I am going to go 1-0 win, but again, it's a coin flip this game. I think all the opening day games are coin flips, but I am going for my team to pick up the win over Fleetwood. But then again, it could be a lively end-to-end game. But again, it could be one of those that just gets nicked. But 1-0 to the Mariners for me as Grimsby Town take on Fleetwood in the fish, as I class it, the El Fisher Go, would you call it that maybe? But 1-0 to the Mariners for me. Doncaster Rovers next, host Accrington Stanley. Now Doncaster, they made an absolutely flying second half, didn't they? They were absolutely immense second half of the season. And they've made great additions this season. They've brought in extra strength in midfield. Harry Clifton, I think Cliffo's injured though, but he joined them from Grimsby Town. But again, with Grant McCann and the style of play that Doncaster have, you expect them to be in and around it again. I certainly do. Accrington Stanley, you know, they've made some solid signings over the summer. You know, honestly, I'd probably put them slightly lower than maybe they might be. But going to Donny, if Donny start the way they finish, they could be a very, very dangerous team this year. I'm actually going to go for them to actually win quite comfortably at home against Accrington. I'm saying Doncaster 3, Accrington 0. That's going on obviously the form of last year, but you know, to me, Donny will get the better of Accrington Stanley. Next, it's Cheltenham as another team that was relegated last year against Newport County. Obviously, Newport have a new manager in charge. Cheltenham, likewise. What none of these teams from that got relegated last year want to do is start to have the hangover of last year. Cheltenham is a very, very difficult place to go, though. It's extremely, extremely difficult. A lot of teams find it tough going to Cheltenham, and I'm sure Newport will find it tricky as well. Obviously, they've still got Ben Morris there at Newport, but they've just lost their top scorer, Will Evans, to Mansfield, unfortunately, so they're going to be without that. On that basis, I can't see anything but a good start for Cheltenham. And obviously Newport have lost Omar Bogle as well in the summer as well. He's gone to Crewe. So you wonder where Newport's goals are going to come from. And on that basis, I'm going for a Cheltenham Town win. A 2-0 win for Cheltenham at home to Newport. I think it's maybe the kind of game that Cheltenham would have wanted to start the season off. Newport, really, they need to try and find some early points on the board, or they could find themselves really, really struggling in League Two this season. Next is Barrow up against Crewe. Obviously, Crewe had a decent season last year, tailed off near the end. Barrow, pretty much the same. Obviously, both teams trying to find their feet again. Crewe have made a couple of decent additions. I mentioned Omar Bogle has left Newport for Crewe. Barrow, will they be as strong this year? I put them roughly around about the same place. You never know, because, you know, again, tough little place Barrow is to go. I am going to go for a Crewe win, a 2-1 win for Crewe on the opening day. Again, with Crewe, they're momentum teams. I think if Crewe get momentum, they can easily cause some problems. But 2-1 for me for Crewe against Barrow. Again, a very difficult trip on the opening day. Who knows? And finally, the final relegated side, Carlisle, head to Gillingham on the opening day of the season. Gillingham, Bridgefield, always a difficult place to go to. They always have that temporary stand that's still temporary, which I've never kind of worked that out. But obviously Carlisle, my opinion was when they got promoted, deserved it overall in the playoff final, but they probably weren't. I don't believe they were ready for League One football. I think Gillingham, though, they really want to take a shot at the league this year. Minimum playoffs, I think Gillingham will be at least feeling. And it depends on Carlisle. It depends how they react to the relegation. But Gillingham is not the easiest place to go to when you're trying to look for an opening day win. Gillingham need to score some goals more than they did last year. They have to. I am going to go for a home win for Gillingham. A 2-1 win for Gillingham against Carlisle. But like I said, it's the first weekend of EFL action, and any result is possible. But 2-1 for me for Gillingham against Carlisle. But I think Gillingham, at one point last year, they had an average of barely a goal a game. They need to up that this year to do that. I think they'll do that this year. Do that on the opening day, I should say, against Carlisle. So 2-1 for me in that one. They're my thoughts on the game. I now want you guys' thoughts. Let me know down below what you think the results of the games are going to be. And I'll be intrigued because this league seems tighter than last year. Yes, you've got MK Dons, but there's no certainty. Notts County are good, but then no certainty at all. Could be a very, very interesting league we're going into. So let me know down below your predictions on all the games. If you are going to a game this weekend, do enjoy it. Back to supporting our clubs and putting ourselves through it. As all us League 2 fans and all leagues over the EFL understand, from Championship to League 2. So do enjoy the game. Good luck to all teams. Unfortunately, apart from Fleetwood. But I'll be at Fleetwood as well. So, I'll be going to Fleetwood for the opening game as well. First time I've done Fleetwood myself. I'll be going with a friend of mine. So, looking forward to heading to that derby. But in the meantime, guys, leave me your comments and thoughts down below of what you think is going to happen on the opening weekend. In the meantime, guys, if you did like this ramble, let me know what you guys think down below. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button. That'll let you know when I upload the Fleetwood preview that is coming in the next little while. In the meantime, guys, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're still on the road to 250 subscribers. Can you guys get me there before the end of the transfer window? I sure do hope so. But I love everyone for giving me their support at the moment and their opinions. So do keep that all coming for me, guys. And it's great to say we're back to meaningful football, shall we say, for League 2. It's back, and it should be back with a bang. In the meantime, guys, I'll see you soon with another video. Until then, guys, I will see you soon. I am going to say up the Mariners because there we are. That shows you where my allegiances are. But enjoy the start of the season, guys. It should be a fun one. In the meantime, guys, I'll see you very soon. With, I think the next video I'll do is at least Football League video will be the League Cup. So look out for that as well. But in the meantime, guys, enjoy the opening game of the season. And I'll see you soon. Ta-ra, guys. League 2, we're back, baby.